have a pretty comfortable life right now. Of course, some might say that I'm privileged, some might say that I don't have enough for decent comfort, but it's all just personal perception, right? I feel like I'm in a good place with my possessions at the moment, and in this video I want to share with you 9 things that I don't own anymore, although I used to own them. But now I realized I don't actually need those items because there are some great alternatives that are either free or cost next to nothing. If you are into frugal minimalism, I think you will enjoy this story. And all the items that I'm going to mention here belong to household and personal care categories and are commonly used almost every day. Vacuum cleaner. It's a great cleaning tool, be it usual one or smart one, it doesn't matter. I used to own the vacuum cleaner, but now I don't anymore. Instead, I regularly wash the floor the way my grandma and grandma did. You might say that it's pretty labor intensive, and yeah, maybe, but I prefer to think of it as part of my exercise routine and also a dynamic meditation if you want. I also adore coziness and small rugs, and at the moment we have about 6 of them in the apartment, and we usually clean them outside or use our washing machine for that. It works just great. Kettle. My family had a kettle or any of its analogs since I remember myself. First it was electric samovar, then stovetop kettle, then electric kettle, and it's an important part of my food culture, so to say. I drink tea at least 4 times a day, at least. It's on my bad days, but usually much more. And now I don't have a kettle. Instead, I use a small jezve pot and my stovetop, and it works great. I just have to be more patient and more intentional with my tea time, but I think it's a good thing actually. Hair dryer. Now that my hair has grown longer, it might be a desirable item, but I still don't think I need this as much. Of course, hair dryer is a great tool for styling hair, for getting ready to go quickly, but instead I just air dry my hair and style it with fingers. With time, when it grows longer and maybe becomes more manageable, I will try to use some old school for adding volume and waviness, maybe. Ironing board. No, we don't have a board, but we do have an iron. It came with our apartment. I think it was left from previous tenants, and I'm very thankful for that iron because I use it a lot for my crafting projects. And instead of buying an ironing board, I use some extra towels and throws, and I iron either on the floor or on the kitchen table, which is big enough, and it works just amazing. Blender. So that you know, I'm a hummus and homemade pate person, and at first I was pretty miserable for not having blender. I was seriously considering getting it, but then things changed. I realized that I'm doing just great, and I found many other things that I enjoy eating. And yes, blender is a great kitchen helper, but it can be replaced in many ways with grater, whisk, and potato masher. Yeah. I love cooking easy, simple meals, and I'm no longer a sad blenderless person. Toaster. Something that Brian misses a lot, but I don't. Instead, I use just my pan for browning the bread. Of course, toaster is a great tool for some easy and fast processes, but again, doing without it, it's all about patience, intention, and inventiveness. It feels like now we are forced to do and to make things as fast as we can, but for what? It's great if we can invest our free time into something meaningful and important, but what if not? Do we really know what to do with our spare time? I think it's a topic for yet another video. Ultrasonic face cleaner. Yes, I do realize that it's not a very common household item, but as a woman with very problematic skin and someone who finds particular joy in skincare and self-care, I used to own one. Were the results worth it? Maybe. But now I'm using a better alternative and much cheaper. It costs next to nothing. So I'm using a particular evening facial routine, which includes self-massage using oil and warm damp towel. It cleanses, tones, gives radiance, and just highly recommended. Instant Pot. I used to love my Instant Pot dearly, and I think it's a perfect item for those who don't have either a stovetop or an oven. But when I had my Instant Pot, I did have a very decent stovetop and great oven. Then why did I own that thing? Again, because it was easier, faster, and I guess kind of interesting and curious, at least at first. Now we have one pan, one bigger pot, one smaller pot, stovetop and oven, and it's just enough. I don't need any Instant Pot anymore. Fitness bracelet. I used to have one, and it was actually a gift from my brother, who is a lot into all kinds of gadgets and technologies. So I wore the fitness bracelet for about a year, but then I got tired of tracking myself fitness-wise. And it's just my personal subjective opinion, of course. I'm a self-employed creative, and it's already stressful every given day. I'm holding myself accountable for every action, every decision that I make. And adding extra pressure with fitness tracker is something that I don't really need. Instead, I make sure I exercise at least 30 minutes a day, and I walk. I walk a lot, but it's natural because we don't have a car. And also, modern smartphones have a ton of inbuilt functions, so at the moment it's just enough for me. Yes, I don't own all these things, and reasons for that extend beyond personal preferences and minimalism. It's also about money. We don't have any certainty at the moment, and we have no idea where we will be by the end of the year. And so investing money in things that we won't be able to take along with us is useless. At least I think so. And I learned how to live without all those things, but if you have them and if you enjoy them, it's great. We all have different needs and life circumstances after all. Feel free to share in the comments what you have, what you don't have, and why. It will be interesting to discuss. And thank you so much for watching this video till the end, dear friends. As always, be safe and keep your heart open, and I will see you soon. Пока-пока.